And a Fox News alert on the most expensive house race in American history. Voters in the suburbs of Atlanta heading to the polls today. The outcome could have big implications for the 2018 midterms. Good morning to you. I'm John Scott.
Yeah, a lot riding on that election, and for Republicans especially. I'm Julie Banderas. Folks in Georgia's 6th congressional district picking a replacement for Tom Price today, who joined the Trump administration. He gave up his seat to join the Trump cabinet as Health and Human Services Secretary. It is a seat Republicans have held for nearly 40 years. But most polls now show a dead heat between Republican Karen Handel and Democrat Jon Ossoff, with both parties trying to turn this election into a referendum of sorts on President Trump. The outcome could be a sign of things to come next November. And while House Speaker Paul Ryan told America's Newsroom he's optimistic about the GOP's chances, he does say turnout is key.
I really think it's who best fits this district, and Karen Handel clearly fits this. She's actually from the district. The Democrat's not even from the district. So I think that's really what it comes down to. And I think, prognosticators will try and take something out of it. But again, I feel pretty good going into the evening. Republicans just have to come home. They have to go vote. They have to make sure they turn out. And that's the thing you always worry about special elections. You worry about the turnout rate on special elections.
Turnout is key, of course. Jonathan Seri is live in Atlanta. Hey there, Jonathan. A lot of pressure.
There certainly is for both parties. Both parties see this as a must-win election. For nearly 4 decades, this district, Georgia's 6th district, has been electing establishment Republicans by comfortable margins. Ordinarily, that would favor Karen Handel. However, Democrats spot an opportunity in that President Trump struggled to win this affluent and educated suburb back in November.
President Trump only won it by 1.5%, and that is what this is all about. That's why there's so many national forces at play in this race, so much national money pouring into this, particularly on the Democrat side.
With campaign spending topping $50 million, an all-time record for a U.S. House race, and much of that money coming from out of state, the airwaves in the Atlanta area have been saturated with campaign ads. Democrat Jon Ossoff has been campaigning as a moderate, but ads by conservative groups are trying to link him to the liberal wing of his party.
Now the unhinged left is endorsing and applauding shooting Republicans. When will it stop? It won't if Jon Ossoff wins on Tuesday, because the same unhinged leftists cheering last week's shooting are all backing Jon Ossoff. And if he wins, they win. Stop them. Stop them now. Stop Jon Ossoff. Stop Nancy Pelosi. Vote Karen Handel for Congress. Vote Principled Leadership Project PAC paid for this ad and is solely responsible for its content.
Okay, that was a third-party ad by an organization called Principled PAC. It is so incendiary that both the Ossoff and Handel campaigns have condemned it, saying the ad's use of images from the Republican baseball shooting for political purposes goes too far. Both campaigns condemning that ad. But it demonstrates the sheer emotion that is going into this race. And while voter turnout, Julie, has been steady all day, perhaps the bigger story is what we've seen in terms of early voting in this race. More than 140,000 people, or more than a quarter of all of the registered voters in this district, have already cast early ballots. Julie?
All right, and that certainly does sway the polls a bit, too, so we'll have to wait and see. The turnout, we'll have, of course, a lot of coverage here for you. Jonathan Seri, thank you very much. Keep it right here on Fox News Channel. Brett Baer will have election coverage with a special edition of Special Report at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, so stay here on Fox.